Hey everybody, happy Friday. I am Nick Slavik. I'm the proprietor of the Nick Slavik Painting and Restoration Company. I'm also the host of this show, Ask a Painter Live. It's a weekly live Facebook show where I use my over 2 decades of experience as a craftsman and a business owner to answer any of your questions. And again, if I don't have the questions, the people who watch this show or who are connected with it do have the answers. And it's the most amazing group of people that you can get around here. They're thoughtful, they're progressive, they're aggressive, and it's a fun group to be part of. So I'm gonna try to get Mauro Enrique, my guest, on here. All right, there he is. Let's see what we can do here. All right, so if we can make some tech work. Hey, Mauro, I see Mauro's watching. And I see that there is no add button next to your name, Mauro. So we're gonna try to add Mauro, the awesome painter from this old house, on here today. And let's see what we can do. If there's any way for you to request Mauro to be on, please do that. I'm seeing the ability to add about 4 people, and there's no button next to Mauro's painting. Dustin, how's it going, man? You have answers for sure. We're gonna try to get Mauro on here. We tried to go live through BeLive here. We're having a little tech issue today, so we're trying to connect this the best we can. I know that Facebook's a little bit wonky when it comes to adding guests and things like that. So, in the meantime, oh, Aaron, how's it going, man? If you guys have any questions, any comments, whatever else, we can go through that today until we can get Mauro on here. If we can't get Mauro, oh, come on, buddy. If we can't get Mauro on here, and Mauro, I noticed that you're on there through the painting page. If there's any way, if you have a personal account, maybe try through that. That might be a little bit easier. If not, guys, I may give you a tour of the SlavikHaus. So we're gonna give Mauro a couple minutes here, and Mauro's an insanely busy guy, and I wanna make sure that we give him a chance to get on here if he can. Boy, what a week too, guys. We're sort of, one of the things I wanted to talk to Mauro about, and everybody else here too, I would love to know how you guys are coming out of the COVID thing here. So, you know, we're back up to 100% staffing. There was about an 8-week, 9-week sort of deal, maybe even 10 weeks, where I gave the option to self-quarantine. People self-quarantined and they came back around, this and that. And I'd be curious to see your experience. Where is your business now? How is demand? Is this business as usual? Are you doing anything different? Aaron, how do you handle paint orders during the job? Oh, it's funny. We are actually dealing with this. Let's make sure. Okay, just seeing if Mauro's on here. Paint orders during the job. You know what? I'm gonna pop Dustin on here in a little bit if we can't get Mauro. I know Dustin's a pretty quiet fella. I don't want to surprise him, but paint orders during a job. Right now, we have one of my crews of deck people out there staying in a very large deck, and they're gonna be a couple gallons short. So what we do, we actually have a form. We worked it out with Sherwin-Williams where we have a whole bunch of options. We have nearly daily deliveries to our shop here, so it stocks up all our crews. I like to have that stuff in the shop so people can come get it in their vans and go. But they're gonna be about 2 gallons short of staying on this monster deck. So what we did is we have a order form that we email. We checked it out with the store manager, my paint rep, and everybody else, and it's a form that we use internally. It's basically just a spreadsheet, a quick spreadsheet. This is what we need, how many color, and if it's gonna be a job site, we deliver to a job site. Now, we order enough paint where we're working out a system of job site deliveries as well. Now, on a short, last minute sort of thing right now, we worked out a deal with Sherwin where there's a private courier involved. It's not that expensive, but it's way cheaper than sending one of our production managers or me or a painter out there. And sometimes Sherwin pays for it. It's super last minute. We cover the cost of that completely. That's just the cost of doing business. And a lot of the stuff in between, we split the cost. So that's normally how we do it en route. And normally what we try to do is if painters can give us a heads up, do what you can today, we'll have paint for you tomorrow if it's too clunky. So, all right, let's see what else we got. Let's see if we can get, oh, Mauro, I see you on there, buddy, and there's no button to add you. I am so sorry. I did make an option for guests to request to come on here. If we don't get this working tomorrow, I promise you, we will do this again for sure. I was really looking forward to our conversation today. So, all right. Jim, pretty much has been business as usual, but interior jobs have been smaller, 1 or 2 rooms rather than entire floors. Oh, that's an interesting data point too. So what Jim's talking about is I was curious how everybody's businesses are going back to normal or not after this. You know, businesses are opening up. Bars, restaurants are kind of coming back online here. We feel like there's kind of a sense of normalcy, and even if there wasn't, it is summer in Minnesota, and I'm not sure how long you could keep people cooped up here. So that was sort of the PCA contractor question of the week. Was basically I wanted to get Maro's opinion. How is everything coming back online? What has changed in your business? What are you going to do differently? And the biggest thing that I'm interested in and that I'm being super intentional about in my business is the next cold and flu season, which is, it seems like what I hope will happen is common sense will prevail, where in the past what people have done is, hey, I'm not feeling that well, I think I got a fever, I'm going to come into work, stop working, or I'll call in sick if I throw up or I'm unable to work or I'm too sick to work. I think what we should probably end up doing is be maybe a little more thoughtful of this stuff, where if you do have an elevated temperature, maybe just take time off until you don't have an elevated temperature or something like that, then come back to work. But I'm trying to work out a system where, you know, there's people that are going to be sick all the time for various things and out for various reasons. And I think we need to be super intentional the next cold and flu season, because I do not want to shut down this business, and I don't want to be shut down, but I want to have a predictable service for my clients and everybody else. So I think we're going to be very intentional about, you know, we need to self-police, we need to take precautions, and I also don't want you getting our other craftspeople and apprentices sick. So Mike McGrath, oh, good friend Mike McGrath here. Ours is busier than usual. We're in a vacation second home area. Oh yeah, majority of jobs right now, they pay very well, are Connecticut, New Jersey. Yep, I see that. All right, we're gonna see if we can't get, oh man. Maro, I am so sorry, man. What we might have to do here is I might give you guys a tour of the SlavikHaus here. We got it all cleaned up for the a big happy hour we had last night. We have monthly happy hours for the company, and this is the first one we've had in a long time because we wanted to respect social distancing and things like that. So we had a whole bunch of people here last night. One of my production managers has a barbecue food truck, and he brought barbecue, which is awesome. We had a whole bunch of beer, families, kids, friends, everybody was here. And even for the vegetarians in the company, we have sushi for them too, so that's always fun. And we had a great time last night. And you know, it's really cool too, because it's a Thursday night, which is technically our Friday. We work 4-day work weeks. So, all right guys, Maro, I sincerely apologize. I take all the blame for the tech issues. Sincere apologies that we couldn't make the tech work for you to join, but what I'll do instead is give everybody a tour of the SlavikHaus. So, number one, this is my war room. This is sort of where I office during the day, but it's also the meeting place for everybody in the company who wishes to be in person. We still have, you know, maybe half a dozen people who decide to virtually attend just because of, you know, social distancing and things like that. But otherwise, we got the 75-inch big screen that we broadcast to the entire company. We got my utility room back here that houses all the mechanicals of the house. We got this awesome wainscoting and paneling that one of my favorite people, Scott Yeager, a friend of mine and master craftsman, made. Now, we have the antique door over here that I have a yard sign covering. I actually found an artist locally who's going to come here and hand paint gold leaf lettering on the glass in a kind of old style office door sort of thing. This table I made, it is oak trailer decking. White oak is one of the hardest woods you can get normally, and they use it for trailer decking to haul caterpillars and bulldozers on. And this table was in about 4 or 5 sections. It comes in actually like beams of laminated stuff, and I glued them together, sanded them smooth, and did some awesome Old Masters satin super varnish on there. Phil Klein, we're busier than usual, borderline overwhelmed with just new construction. Oh yeah, absolutely, man, I feel you there. Folding chairs, my rocking chair for contemplating during the day. That's an antique rocking chair I restored. And I should point out this. One of the coolest features of my office is this. This is my stand-up desk, and I ordered a base, an electronic base, and then I made the top out of reclaimed oak that actually used to be part of a framing of a house when I lived in town. And you can see the stand-up desk right here. We got a little button. Desk goes up, desk goes down electronically, which is really cool. So I'll raise this guy back up. And my Jason Paris inspired monitor setup here, which is not just for shock and awe value, it's actually super useful. I run like a 5 or 6 tab system in my thing between email, my spreadsheets, my schedule, Slack, and everything else. And this way, instead of clicking through windows, I can see the entire setup right here, which is really cool. And I try to keep the office sleek, organized. I want to hide as much as I can. I like uncluttered sort of stuff. I'll walk you guys around the outside here. So LP, Smart Side, Madden here. Barn Light USA. They're one of my favorite companies. They make those reproductions of antique barn lights and things like that. We got these around here. We got low voltage LEDs in there, super energy efficient. Black Anderson windows here. I think it's a pretty sleek look. Super insulated, super sturdy, reinforced garage door. Insulated glass here for the window soda. Gutters. This is really cool. 80-foot seamless gutter on the side of the house. Underneath the house here. There's metal soffit, metal fascia, metal gutters, metal downspouts that if you guys watch, I think it was episode... Sorry, walking away from Wi-Fi, I'll switch it back to just regular cell service. So, Mike Danhe, Slack. Slack is a app for messaging internally. It's really cool. Check it out. Mostly free too. So I enameled all of, I should say I DTM bonded primer all of the soffit fascia, gutter, and downspouts because I wanted the whole thing to be the same color white. We got back side of the house here. Like that, nothing too fancy there. I will walk you around the other side though. Oh, it's just been a dream here, waking up in the morning, the sun coming in, we got glass everywhere, there's critters running around every day, it's just awesome. So this is where we had happy hour last night, the patio. I'm trying to find a contractor to give me a sunshade over the top of this thing here, that'll make it complete. Got the fire pit, we got the raised beds. We'll walk you in this way. Wall of glass is locked. We'll come in through the office. So yeah, fortuitous. We got this whole place cleaned up because the company came over last night and I wanted everybody to have a chance to sort of poke around and see that stuff. Paul. Oh, we got a bumblebee chasing me. Go in through the garage. My wife found these awesome lockers too that were part of the school district here, and all my kids' stuff goes in there. So come in through here. So nothing too crazy. Bathroom. This was a antique dresser that I had for probably 15 years, and we repurposed from our other house into here. Again, Scotty Yeager, my favorite carpenter on earth, refit a new kind of top to it. We took the wood from the original top, kind of recut it up and made it into this. I should say he did. And everything enameled in here with Scuffex. Same thing with, well, this is an old dresser that I got from a friend probably 20 years ago and refinished this thing. We still use that. Bathroom door, this is our only enameled door in the house. That's an antique door. This one was already enameled years ago and it had so much paint on it, so much wear and tear, so much paint in the grain. I just decided to enamel it again. I think it kind of fits. Antique hardware, stuff like that I've been collecting for lots of years and we used again. Laundry and wash tub through here again, windows open, beautiful breeze coming through. Little piece of furniture that I probably made about 18 years ago like this. All right, let's see if we can get Morrow. Oh man, Morrow. Working on it here, buddy. Let's see if we can get you in here. Oh man. Let's see, not having luck here, man. I am so sorry. Living room here, so this is kind of the big main area here. This is about a 40 by 30 area. We got the wall glass over there, the little living room there. We got the kitchen island here, all made out of reclaimed cabinets. This is really cool. This is actually a trash bin from 100 years ago. You know, tip out trash bins are all the rage now, and they had them 100 years ago there too. Original hardware on here too. You can see the original writing too from the lumberyard. These all came out of the Vesley School, which is another tiny town that I got married in, about 10 minutes from here. And I was able to salvage most of the school building, all the door and trim, and all the trim in here comes from there. All the doors come from there as well. Newel post, antique newel post. We found that when Scotty was cutting this thing and fitting it to here, It's actually made out of cedar, which is weird. We don't normally see this, but this came out of an 1870s house in New Prague when they were doing a big remodel, and I found it outside. I actually made a yard sign out of another couple of other newel posts. Solid white oak top, right? Oh, you can see the cat's tipped over a flower vase there. Solid white oak top, table that I built probably 15 years ago. Again, 10, 15 years ago, out of that reclaimed oak again. You can see glass patio door. We want to get as much glass as we can out here because we have this view, and it overlooks, this is sort of prairie, then wetland, and then pond back there, and there's just critters everywhere. I walked back here the other day and I actually snuck up on a deer, and 30 ducks got out of that pond back there, and it's just awesome to watch. We got a little art table for my kids here. They love drawing and whatnot. Master suite. Big room, lots of glass, this and that. Wonderful sort of light and breeze and everything coming in here. We got boys' room and girls' room. So again, these doors salvaged from the school. I stripped them all down completely. You can all watch those videos and then put new oil varnish on them. Boys' room here, you can see we are a Lego-centric family. So each of the boys has a sort of Lego table here with all the bins. We got an old printing press sort of letter stamp thing there where they put their Lego guys in. We got a little Surfer Boys Lego desk right there. Antique barristers bookcase there with all their toys, books, things like that. These guys are awesome. And then on through the girls' room here. So my one daughter keeps it super clean. My other daughter, little Toodles, is a disaster, and she just is a little tornado everywhere she goes. But yeah, this all house full of Legos and Barbies and stuff. So yeah, guys, that is, I'll give you a shot of the kitchen cabinets here too. So again, we just got pre-made cabinets for this stuff, enameled them all just for utilitarian purposes. Then everything else was sort of, you know, custom made there. So, all right, guys, I am so sorry, Morrow. We're gonna make this right here. We'll get you in here sometime. We will find a way. I'll go back to the war room here. See if anybody's got any other questions. All right, I do appreciate everybody watching. My apologies for the tech issues. Something always conspires tech-wise to make it less than desirable outcome for this stuff. So I do appreciate everybody watching, though. I hope you enjoyed the tour of the SlavikHaus. It's a small sort of pittance for what we could have had with Morrow today. And Morrow, I am so sorry. We will get this worked out. We'll get you back on here. I do appreciate everybody watching, though. And have a good weekend, guys.